So now at this time, I invite you to get comfortable. Your feet can be either firmly planted on the floor, you can be cross-legged, you could be seated or lying down. If your eyes are open, you're gently gazing at the space in front of you, or your eyes can be closed. And start to draw your awareness into your body. Simply noticing your breath. Not trying to control it in any way. This is a good time to make any subtle adjustments that you need to feel comfortable. If it is appropriate for you today, you can sit tall with the shoulders drawn down away from the ears, the chin tucked. If that posture feels too rigid, relax any way that makes sense for you today. And as we draw awareness to the breath, notice all the parts related to the breath. You might notice the cooling sensation on your inhale, on the edge of your nostrils, and a warming sensation on the exhale. You might feel the airflow in the back of the throat. You may notice your rib cage expand and contract. You may notice your belly fill up like a balloon and then slowly compress back down. Now, for some people, they might feel cooling behind their eyes, or even become aware of where the breath goes in the body throughout the arms and legs. So while I'm quiet for the next minute or two, simply notice one of these things or all of these things, paying attention to your breath. If it's appropriate for you, begin to lengthen your breath. Inhaling deeply into the low belly and exhaling all of the air out. Breathing in and out through your nose. Staying here or adding in that ocean or ujjayi breath with that slight constriction in the back of the throat, your tongue resting at the roof of your mouth, drawing the air, letting it swirl in the back of your throat. Feel it pulling down to about 2 inches below your navel. And whatever breath you choose, pausing at the top and pausing at the bottom of the breath, almost like ocean waves if you can imagine them cresting and falling. As we're here, you might notice thoughts gently surface. If they do, turn them into clouds and allow them to float by. And draw your awareness back to your breath. As a reminder, we're never chastising ourselves for having a thought. We're actually congratulating ourselves for being aware that we're thinking and aware of our mind wandering and returning to the present moment. About a minute or two more here. And as thoughts surface, brush them aside. Draw your awareness back to your breath. I'd like to add another piece to this. With your eyes gazing down or closed, I'd like you to imagine that there's a movie screen in front of you, a blank screen, the movie hasn't started. And simply watch the screen and say to yourself, I wonder what I'm about to experience. And then notice what surfaces. Even if it involves yourself, you are the outside observer, and we're observing without judgment. And so instead of brushing them away, notice what images, what sounds, what smells, what feelings, physically and emotionally. Simply notice. I'm going to be quiet for a couple of minutes while you kind of watch this movie playing out without trying to drive what direction it goes. Just notice. About a minute more. Now allow the movie screen to go dark. Blank screen again. Draw your awareness back to your breath. Either that ujjayi breath or deep breathing. Begin to soften your breath. And what I mean by that is to allow your breathing to be effortless. So you're no longer controlling it in any way. I'm going to be quiet for several minutes. If you feel that you're ready to stop observing your breath and want to play in that no mind state, feel free to do so. If thoughts surface or your mind wanders, that's okay. Just return to your breath and allow them to float by. Good. Now very gently Come back to your breath. Start to bring yourself back into the room. Perhaps wiggling your fingers and toes, rocking your head from side to side. And in your own time, go ahead and open your eyes.